Hi, my name is Clifford Johnson. I've been attending the River of Life for 9 years now. When I was 4 years old, I watched my dad pass away. I told God, "You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone." And I put that in my heart on that day. And then my mom, a few years later, met my stepdad, who wanted to be the father figure to us, to me and my 3 sisters. So we moved up here to Missoula, and everything was good for the first couple of years. And then the abuse started. I'm talking about like breaking of bones, getting knocked out, being thrown through walls. And that abuse continued up until my teenage years. It was in my teenage years that I finally had found a group of people that understood me. They were the outcasts. And from there, with them, I chose to start smoking and drinking. That's what was helping me make it through it. I didn't want to feel anymore. So I started using more, drinking more. And from that, it led to thoughts of suicide. Thoughts became reality. And on multiple different occasions, I tried to kill myself. From my drug use and my alcoholism, I started getting incarcerated because it led to criminal activities. And I was incarcerated multiple times in different states. And it wasn't until 2009 is when I finally got to see a glimpse, just a small glimpse of God in my life, anything good in my life, because that was the year that my daughter was born. And it was on that day that I made her a promise that she would never see her dad drunk. And it took me until 2013, 4 years, for me to fully fulfill and make sure that promise would stand. Because it was in 2013, after I'd put her to bed, that I went to her bedroom door, fully intoxicated, because I wanted more. I wanted more alcohol. And I grabbed a hold of the door handle to get her, to put her in the car, to go get more. And I felt something change in me on that day. And instead of opening the door, I went outside and I dropped to my knees and I cried out to the Lord because I had nothing left. I surrendered to Him that day because I didn't know what else to do. I saw no other way out. And it was after that, the following week is when I started going to a faith-based recovery meeting, and I started attending church because I figured He's my last hope. He's my only hope at this point because I had done treatment. Here at the River of Life, I met my lovely wife here, and I proposed to her at a ministry here. And that was the beginning of a complete change in my life. Things actually went really well. My wife and I, we got married, we bought a house, finally had bought a house. And then the custody battle for my daughter started, which was drug out. And from that, we lost my daughter to her mom because she took her in the middle of the custody battle, and we had to file bankruptcy, which ripped out my heart. But even though I lost her and I felt my heart was ripped out, I started singing praise to the Lord, in the middle of my storm. I know that You were with me in the eye of the storm. I know that You were with me. And I felt a sense of joy and a sense of peace. Then December 5th, of 2021, our house caught on fire and it burned down, and we lost everything that we owned. And it was a hard time. But also it was a time of love, because I got to see God's love for us and for my family through it all. From the people of this church to the people that don't even go to church, God used. People that didn't even know us, but felt for us and was willing to help out any way that they could. And now looking back on it, every trial, every tribulation that I have ever went through in my life, from the suicide attempts to the drinking to the drugs, I can look back at it now and see that God was still with me. He was always there with me. I can see it through people and places and things that He did. Here they accept you, and I'm thankful for that they accept you even when you are broken. But you're never too far from God. He's always there with you. It's, are you willing to see Him? Because He will meet you where you are at, just like He met me.